today we have another NAS build. This one is going to act as both network storage, of course, as well as just a general media center. And to accomplish this, I guess we'll go over the parts real quick. We have a 2200G as our CPU, as well as our graphics there, as we're going to be using the integrated graphics that comes on the chip. For our motherboard, we just have a real simple ASRock board. It's MATX, so it has some expansion slots if we need them in the future. Along with this, we have 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, of course. We don't need anything too crazy there, as we won't really need it. As far as our boot drive, we'll be using just a simple 120 gig SSD. This will be nice when we get to installing MB later on, as it'll help the thumbnails and whatnot load faster. For our power supply, we're just using a simple 450 watt Corsair unit, so that'll work nicely. Of course, since this is a NAS, of course, we'll have lots of storage. 2 8 terabyte hard drives should do just fine. Give us plenty of space. And the case that we're using may seem familiar. That's because it's the Core 1100. It's been on this channel before, and it'll do again in this video. We'll also be throwing in a Blu-ray drive, so that'll be good. So let's get to the build. Now, just a quick note, we'll be having to install the hard drives a little later on. They're currently having data transferred over to them, so for now, we'll just be leaving these empty. Okay, so now that this is mostly together, minus the hard drives of course, we can try it out, make sure it all works, and if that is indeed the case, if it all works fine, we'll go ahead and continue on here. There we go. Alright. Alright, looks like everything's working. So now we can go ahead and install our OS. So we have our two drives here. It's been about 2 days. It's taken quite a while to copy all the data over. We've had about 10 terabytes to copy onto these drives, but it's finally done and we're ready to put them in the case. They have made these significantly more difficult to get into than the older ones, it seems. There we go. There's a few of the tabs. These things are a pain. Well, there should be enough tabs and tacks to put it back together if needed. Too bad they didn't just use screws, but yeah, there's the drive, first one. I'm just taking it apart here. Lost more tabs. Ah well. There's our first drive. There we go. We have our 2 drives, and they are finally ready to be put into the case. Alright, so as ever, there's always an issue, and this is what we're dealing with right now. Apparently on these drives, Western Digital has decided not to include middle mount points on the bottom here, which kind of sucks because the hard drive mounts in this case, it uses them, and we have nothing to mount to, so I'm going to have to get a little creative with how to mount these drives in this case, but I have an idea. We'll see if it works. Alright, well that doesn't feel too bad, so let's do the other one up and put it in the case. I think that'll do. Alright, so there we go. Now we can get on to setting it up finally. Alright, so as you may have noticed, as far as what operating system we're going to be using Lebowitz. That's because this machine is going to be primarily used as a media center, and this allows us a nice easy way to have Kodi and have it all be easily updated. That is why I chose Lebowitz over something like Windows or even another Linux distro. Alright, so let's make sure that we can see our drives here. Yep, there they are. All our files are there. Yes, they're all there. Alright, so now I can set up Envy. So we've mapped all of our media locations and everything here, so that's going to take a little while to get set up. It's got to download all the metadata and all the cover images and whatnot, so I'll probably cut the video here while that does its thing. So yeah. Alright, so we finally have all the media imported. We can go see here, we have our movie library, as well as TVs, music, there's Chrome, and weather. So this looks like it's all came together, so now I think the only thing left is to kind of clean up the library a little bit, make sure it's all tagged correctly, and I think that'll be about it. So the build is pretty much done now, and I think it went pretty well. I tested it out and I managed to get about 8 video streams out of the server before it really started slowing down, so that's pretty good. You know, a few weird things happened there, like having to mount the hard drive is a bit different since you know, we didn't have the center mounting holes, but I think that worked out pretty good. And in the end, I think the person receiving this will be pretty happy with the way it's set up. A pretty nice setup, and I think it'll be work out real nice for them. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more.